So today is day 146, and I'm going to make this a bit of a short one. I was thinking about how life comes at us, and in many ways there's not all that much that we can do about it. We are not the center of the universe, and we are not all controlling of our life. We have a lot of influence of how we receive things and how we respond to things, but there's certain things that we have no control over because we can't control everybody on the planet. And so today something fell through that I've been relying on, and I kind of just went, and I was just thinking how, there is so much up and down in life. It's not like a flat line of happiness and joy and everything's wonderful and bubbly, that can go on for a while, and then something happens, life happens, and that's just normal. And I was just thinking, because I was talking to a friend, and then I kind of noticed how I was kind of almost being encouraged to not feel what I was feeling. And I have spoken about this before, and recently I've just been getting more and more in contact with my feelings and what my feelings mean for me and what they are and what they, tell me that I need and all this kind of stuff. And just the, idea that so many of us, and it's just a big thing that's prevalent in society, is that we don't want to feel our feelings. We don't want to understand our feelings and acknowledge our feelings. And often when we are in social situations and we're having some feelings that are difficult to deal with, people don't want to hear about them, or they want to fix us and make us feel better by not feeling those feelings and getting away from those feelings. But what actually happens is that we feel worse because we're not being allowed to feel just what we need to feel. Because then we can just feel it and understand that feeling and recognize that feeling and know that feeling and feel that feeling, and then we can just kind of, allow that feeling to pass through us instead of kind of like suppressing it and I shouldn't feel this and getting, creating a whole other set of feelings about that feeling and all that kind of thing. It's so interesting how deeply the need to fix people and fix your friends and fix your family can be within us, just on the simplest levels, and so often when we are having hard feelings and things that are, difficult to deal with in our life, and, something comes up here, something comes up there, whatever, we have feelings, it's great if we can just talk about it and have somebody to listen instead of having somebody to try and fix it. And the listening is the part that's really, really healing, and it enables us to really sit with it and process it and then allow it to move through us, which is what we eventually want. We want it to move through us instead of it being suppressed and hiding out somewhere and then coming out later on. So, life can be just like that, and that's okay, and whatever feelings we have coming up is totally okay. And the more that we can understand each other and the more that we can kind of let go of fixing each other all the time, the more that we will create space for ourselves to be heard and the people who we care about to be heard, who we just need that. We just need to be heard and not fixed. So a lot of the time that fixing kind of comes out of love, but it's also coming out of a place of, well, that person doesn't really know how to look after themselves, so I better fix them. And we all know how to look after ourselves if we are given the space and the opportunity to express ourselves and be in what is present with us, then we can totally look after ourselves. We naturally know what to do. So that's what was with me on day 146.